help me in welcoming this year's salutatorian, Miss Margaret Smith. Time is all you have, and one day you may find you have less than you think. Now this quote by Randy Pausch may not mean the same thing to him as it does to us, but it is certainly very relevant to our situation. In the years past, it seemed like we had so much time left in high school. 2017 seems so far away. Today is June 6, 2017, and in a matter of minutes, 185 of us are going to become alumni of Belle Vernon Area High School. With that, I'd like to welcome parents, administrators, faculty, students, band and chorus members to the commencement of the class of 2017. These past 13 years of schooling have certainly been amazing years that we will never forget. In addition to receiving an education, we have made memories and friendships that will last us a lifetime. 13 years ago, we began this journey, whether it be at Ross Draver Elementary School or Marion Elementary School. 13 years ago, graduation and the year 2017 seems so far away. 13 years later, we are here waiting to receive our diplomas and move on to our lives after high school. So what happened in those 13 years? Elementary school was filled with fun times and great memories. We lived such a stress-free life back then, where the only thing that I can actually remember being stressed about was the fact that our grade wasn't going to have duck day. Still upset about that, by the way. Next came middle school. 3 years filled with iconic memories and amazing cafeteria cookies. I can still remember walking into Ross Draver Middle School, the best middle school, on the first day of 6th grade, hearing Dr. Fulmer say, "Good morning, Ross Draver. What a beautiful morning it is in Ross Draver Township, where the sun is always shining upon us." It was cloudy that day, by the way. Anyways, the middle school years were full of self-discovery. We started figuring out what we were good at. We began to see who the smart kids were, who the cool kids were, and who was good at dodgeball. Fast forward to high school. 4 crazy years of hard work for the diplomas which we're about to receive. So many things have changed since we entered the high school as freshmen, and more than just the color of this football field. In high school, we learned more than just math and science. We learned about life, and we learned that high school is nothing like High School Musical, sadly. Now these 4 years of high school, what did you do with them? All of our diplomas will say the exact same thing, with the exception of our names, but the story behind each of them is so different. So did you make the most of your high school experience? I certainly hope you did. I definitely feel that I made the most of my 4 years here by not only getting an education, but also by getting involved in all around the school in activities such as marching band, track, and a variety of clubs. My high school experience was so much more than getting good grades. It was an amazing journey where I made memories and friendships that will last a lifetime. Now, let's reflect on what we learned in high school. We learned so many things in high school, more than just the quadratic formula, Shakespeare's Friends, Romans, Countrymen speech, or all the bones and muscles in the body. We learned about life. At the Scholars Banquet last Thursday, Mr. Grice spoke about a study done about valedictorians and their success in life, which basically stated that valedictorians might not end up being the most successful people in life because they tend to follow the rules and stick to the status quo. The article about the study stated, quote, "Valedictorians aren't likely to be the future's visionaries. They typically settle into the system instead of shaking it up." Well, I'm not your valedictorian, I'm salutatorian, so I plan on shaking things up. When people tell you what they learned in high school, a lot of people might just say that they learned the values of hard work and determination and how this leads to success. While this is true, there are many things I learned in high school that aren't the typical lessons people learn throughout high school. Some people may call these life lessons. One thing I learned that titles essentially mean nothing. You may have won the award or have a title, but if you don't show true valor and character, then the title is essentially meaningless. You shouldn't let losing something discourage you. life is so much more than a title or a label. What truly matters is what's on the inside and what type of person you are. Another lesson I've learned in high school is that having a good time is almost just as important as working hard. Sure, you may have gotten the diploma, but were you happy? Happiness is contagious, and if you don't do things that make you happy in life, then, in my opinion, you're wasting your time. To summarize this life lesson that I've learned from high school, I'd like to use a quote from one of our beloved chemistry teachers, Mr. Poindexter. Have fun. A third lesson I've learned from high school is that no matter what happens, be proud of who you are. You mustn't be afraid to embarrass yourself or to make mistakes, because all successful people have done both. As I conclude my speech, I would like to thank a few people. First off, I would like to thank my parents. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for them and all of the things they do for me. I would also like to thank the teachers who inspired me to work hard and strive for success. Another thanks to the staff that made graduation possible for us. I would like to thank the rest of my classmates, for this ceremony is for each and every one of you. I wouldn't have had the experience I had if it weren't for all of you. So this is it, class of 2017, or should I say, this is the end of this chapter. But there's so much more yet to come. These 13 years have been an amazing journey, and our memories truly were not in vain. Good luck, class of 2017. Work hard and have fun. Thank you.
Hey, Maggie!
She's working on it.